Hi, I'm MrByZ, and today I'm going to take a look at the all-new Solo ATDT. Not to be confused with the Rebels ATDP. I know. How are we getting through that? But this is the two-legged walker from the Solo movie in Force Link form, I guess you would say. So I happened to find this at my local Walmart, which, I've heard these been hitting. I didn't know they were only $30, so it's pretty cool to pick it up for a good price. Nice to get a new vehicle. Just taking a look here at the box. Information here. Let's go ahead and open it up and check it out. Looking at the figure first here, it's a Minbon Stormtrooper. You can see it's got the little extra piece on the helmet there. He doesn't have the cape like the regular release or the six-pack one, but he's definitely very dirty, as if he's been on the mud planet here. Looks to be a basic Stormtrooper mold, just with that Minbon Stormtrooper head. He also has more detail on the helmet than the regular Minbon. Minbon was basically all white other than the lenses. Here we actually see some detail on the mouth and the vents in front. It still doesn't have the side vents painted or anything like that, though. Interesting to note that the legs actually have a ball joint on them, which gives them a little more maneuverability rather than back and forth once you plug them in. So here it is all put together. It has the joint, the ball joint I was showing earlier right in here. It has, I guess you call it a knee joint. It has a ball joint in the feet as well. You can see we get a little extra detail on the feet. Looks like it's been stomping around. I think they'd be a little more muddy on Minbon, but we do get some detailing in here. We have a firing missile. Now if we look in here, you can see our cockpit. It's got some detail to it. Is that like it? Let's see if I can focus in on that. Looks like there's like a face in there. One of those instruments kind of looks like a, one of those wide mouth faces. I don't know. The gun doesn't appear to move at all. The top, the head, I guess you'd call it in this case, does. Doesn't look to be using any old molds as far as like walkers. Appears to be all brand new, which is pretty cool. You can see we got a little window. It's kind of like a gun port. It almost reminds you of a World War II type of tank or something, which is kind of cool. Put a lot of good detail into this. This looks like it'll be a firing mechanism for the gun. All in all, it looks very nice. Nice little addition to get an extra vehicle that we didn't have before. As you can see, I kind of gave it a little wider stance as I angled out the legs a little bit. But this button is not for the missile. This button pops the gun off of it actually on the chair. Oh wow, look at that. So you can have a battle damage AT-DT just like that. Pretty interesting. Okay. So next we've got to check out what Force Link does with this.
Walker arriving on site. Primary weapons online. Let's light them up. Hit them with everything you've got. Don't let up. Let's light them up.
Check it.
Hit them with everything you've got. Don't let up.
Alright. Well, this is
Let's
different
light
from the
them up.
regular Minbon. Let's see about the walker. Oh, it sounds just like a scout walker, doesn't it? Oh, I don't know. Well, looks like we get about 3 sounds out of it. Alright. Well, then we can just take a look at the trooper and how he fits into the walker here. You can see, he almost looks like he's relaxing, doesn't he? Like he's just out on the beach. But you can see him too, the little gun hole there, what do you want to call it? All in all, it's a pretty cool vehicle. Nice to get something brand new, especially the price. I was very impressed with the price, only at $30. Yeah, I'd recommend this. I think it's definitely worth picking up. So for grading on this, I would give the overall sculpt an 85. I mean, it's a good sculpt. There could be more detail. Of course, if there was, it'd be more expensive. Features, I would say an 80. It's got some nice features. It could have more articulation. I mean, obviously, there's more they could do, but it would be more expensive if they did that. The paint apps, I would give an 80. They had, for this type of vehicle, they're good paint apps. When you compare it to something like the assault tank, it's nowhere near as good. But again, price we're looking at. And that's why value I give a 95, because at $30, this is good value. This is a good vehicle at $30, especially it comes with a figure and all. Overall, I'd say an 85%, which is a B.
It's a nice new vehicle. That's the big thing, a new vehicle. It's always great to get something new rather than a new version of something we've gotten before or a repaint that we've got of something we've gotten before. The sculpt is good. It has more articulation in the legs than I really expected. I figured it'd be more like the ATDP from the Rebels line. But this has much more articulation. It's really nice. It has some decent features with the firing missile, and then you press the button for the battle damage with the gun and the seat coming out. The paint apps give some detail and weathering. It's not just like new showroom floor type thing. But it's not as great as what we've seen on some of the other vehicles as well. Overall, the value is nice, and for only $30, it seems this came far cheaper than I expected to. I really like it. I'd recommend it for. So that is a look at the ATDT. I like it. It's cool to get such a new vehicle and everything, and it was cheap. $30. I figured this was a $40 vehicle when I picked it up, and when it rang up for $30, I was pleasantly surprised. And it stands pretty tall. It seems like a great vehicle for just $30. So I'm glad to pick it up. So I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm getting lots of reviews out there. I should get the next installment of the TIE Fighter retrospective with TIE Advanced out this weekend. And plus a few other reviews. I've picked up quite a few things lately, so I've got a bunch of reviews backlog that I'm getting through. Anyway, also, if you have any questions or comments, did I get something wrong, something like that, you can put it in the comments down below. I'll be happy to answer any questions and respond to comments that you might have. And check out my other videos for other reviews, other retrospectives, if you're interested on things, if you think you should buy them or not. That's kind of why I do this, is what, I kind of look at this, because I buy everything. So trying to help other people out. Is this something that you should buy or not? Do you need to spend the money? Can you wait to see if you get on clearance? That sort of thing, But I hope you enjoyed this. Share it if you like. And until next time, keep on collecting.